and today is pizza day. And what I love about today's recipe is that if you master a really good pizza base, then it opens you up to a whole world of fun possibilities in the kitchen. And this recipe is a fail-safe, works every time, and it's really easy. So in my mixing bowl, I have 3 cups of plain flour, and to that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of yeast, about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and a hefty glug of good quality olive oil. So keep that a nice big tip like that. I'm going to give it a bit of a stir with my mixing attachment just to get it started. And then the great thing about this recipe is you can let your machine do all the work for you. Now, most stand mixers have a hook attachment, as do food processors, so just have a look and work with what you've got, but let the machine do the work for you. That's the trick here. So I'm going to start this going, and once it's mixing slowly, I'm going to add about a cup of warm water. I have some extra water here in case I need it, and we're just going to wait until it starts to come together as a sticky dough. Then we're going to turn it up and let the machine do all the kneading work for us. Let's go. Okay, so you can see that's coming together nicely and sticking to itself. Now it's time to turn the machine up and let it do all the hard work for us. I'm going to let it knead for about 6 minutes, so I'll see you when the dough's ready. All right, that's been a good 6 minutes letting the machine do all our heavy arm work for us. Let's have a look. Now what you're looking for is the dough's coming away from the side and it looks beautiful and smooth and elastic, so that's looking good. I'm just going to flour my bench here, flour my hands, and have a bit of a look. Let's have it. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, lovely. You can see it's all smooth and elastic. That looks like pretty good dough to me. So what I'm going to do is cut that in half, because this is going to make 2 pizza bases for me. And shape it into a little ball. And then what I have here is 2 oiled bowls that I'm just going to pop my dough into to let it rest for 45 minutes to an hour in a warm place, and it should double up in size. It will double up in size and become our perfect pizza bases. But before I do that, I'm just going to spray the top with some oil to help keep them moist so they don't dry out, and cover them with a warm, damp cloth each. All right, so let's put our babies to rest, and I'll be back in an hour to have a look at how they're going. All right, here we go. That is rest time on the dough done. I've got one over there and one here, but let's just have a look at this one. Look at that. It's doubled up in size and it's beautiful and soft. So now it's time to put it onto our pizza tray. Don't worry if you don't have a pizza tray, use whatever oven tray you've got. Now what I will say is, ooh, out he comes, there we go. Don't be too precious about your pizza dough. You can have it rustic, that's okay. That's what home pizza's all about. Press it out as much as you can, because we don't want to lose the rise and puff in this, right? I want my edges to puff up and I want my pizza to look homemade, because we're making it at home. So I'm just going to spread it out roughly round. I don't know if you've got the skills to like toss it and do all that business, good for you, go for it. But I'm a press the dough out to the right shape kind of girl. So out we go, that looks like a good size one to me. The other thing I would say when you're making pizza at home is keep the toppings really simple. We all tend to go overboard and then you end up with soggy pizza when you put too much on. So I'm going really simple today because this one is for my kids. And I'm gonna go with some tomato paste on my base. Spread that right out. And then all I'm putting on top of that is some cheese and some pepperoni, because that's what my kids like. But you can get as creative as you like with your pizza topping. Just bear in mind what I said and don't go overboard with the amount of ingredients, because then you won't get a nice cooked through pizza base. There we go, that's that one done. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna do the cheese next. Here we go. Cheese, spread that out. Now I've got a melty kind of cheese, which is a mix of mozzarella and tasty and all the things that my family loves. But if you want to go bocconcini or something fancy, you can do that too. Spread that all out. And then I'm going to pop my pepperonis all over the top. The other thing I would say is I leave my fresh herbs until after the pizza has come out of the oven. I don't like my basil to burn. So I am going to pop some basil on this, but I'll do it once the pizza's come out of the oven and just let it wilt in the heat. How good does that look? All right, we're going to pop this baby into the oven for about 15 minutes or until it looks nice and crispy around the edges to us and make our second one. Oh, what a beauty. Let's get it off its tray. Ooh. Come on, buddy. There we go. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Does that not look like a beautiful pizza? Here we go. One finished and one in the oven. Let's dress this bad boy. So like I said, I like to keep my herbs until the very end because I like them to be nice and fresh and fragrant on top of my pizza. But you do you. You do it the way you want to do it. There's my basil. Last finishing drizzle of olive oil. Oh, how good does that look? Should we slice into it? Have a piece? All right, here we go. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. Slicing into a nice hot pizza. Here we go. Oh yeah, ooey and gooey and delicious, but look how fluffy that crust is and it's cooked all the way through. There it is, your perfect pizza crust.